Hey everyone, I'm back with a project share. I'm actually going to hold this video until the recipient gets the happy mail because I'm sending this out and I want her to be surprised. So I made, oh, I don't even know what to call it. I wanted to give some of the tea that I'd gotten from overseas to a crafty friend. And this was like before, I guess, I went on my retreat. I had shared the tea that I had received, that I'd ordered from Japan. And I wanted to share a few of the teas with a friend. She is a tea drinker. And I knew the perfect paper to use for this. So here's what I used. This stamp is, actually there's two sets in here. This is from Paper Tray Ink, and it is called Tea for Two. It's actually the edition set right here, and the original set, which is 2 sheets. And I have a teapot and a label die in here. So I use the Tea for Two, but I keep it stored with the edition set so that I would, you know, have them all together. So that's the stamps that I used. I used this Weather Vane ink from Paper Tray Ink as well because it's a nice match for the paper. I mean, like, in terms of the coloring, I don't want to go really, really dark. If you notice on the paper here that I used, which is Tilda by Tone Vinegar. This is a retired paper, so if you can find this paper, it's probably because it's on the secondhand market or somebody just had a stash that they're selling. If you look at this right here, you'll notice that it's not black, it's actually gray. So it's a nice sort of like not too dark color to use with this paper. And this one is called Tiny Treasures. I don't know when it came out, but I have, you know, if you've watched me long enough, you know I have a stash of Tilda paper and a lot of different, they don't have a year on here. A lot of different pads. This is a 12 by 12 and it does come with die cuts. This has a tea theme to it. Well, it could be coffee, I guess. But you can see some of the imagery inside of this. So I used some of this paper to create the project that I used. Oh, there's a sewing page in here. So when this came out, there was another pad that has like a sewing theme as well. So I did use the cut-aparts, not the cut-aparts, the pop-outs things, the ephemera. You get 2 sheets of that inside the pad, and you can see this one here is not, well, there's some used here. Oh, there's 3. Huh. There's 3 of those ephemera sheets, and so I have 2 extras that I didn't use. Maybe I'll use it on the packaging, but I used that, and I also used my Xyron 500. This would create stickers out of, you know, the die cuts and stuff like that. But I actually used it for something else because it was just easier to do it using this sticker maker. Okay, gotta put that off to the side. Let me see if I can find a place for the pad as well. I think that's, oh, I did use some pink seam binding because it matched the paper. I used this brand because I like the way it feels. And then I used some glue dots, not glue dots, sticky dots. Oh, they are glue dots. And then this Nuvo glitter drops that I got at the retreat. I love this color actually. I don't have this color yet, so that's great. Sherbet Shimmer. And I think that's it. Okay, so keep in mind this is a gift or happy mail to a friend. I'm gonna actually send this out to her. I was looking at the cover. Okay, so you can see here, this is actually a book. Let me zoom out. You can see my messy desk. But this is actually a book that I have taken apart. And you can see it says, Tea at Glenbrook, a quiet place where souls are refreshed. And the book is by Robin Jones Gunn with paintings by Susan Mink Cole? I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I don't want to butcher it. So the book itself is a recipe book, but it also has it also had, because the pages aren't inside, it had recipes and some poems and just some different writings for it. The pages are going to be in use, but I knew I wouldn't use this cover anytime soon. So I took the book and turned it in to my gifting for the tea. So all I've done is taken some seam binding and glued it underneath the inside cover. And I actually put some die cuts here to cover the book ISBN. I'm going to need to sign this. I haven't done it yet, but this is the back of the book. So I left pretty much the cover intact, and then put some seam binding here to tie the book closed, because it is pretty dimensional now. It wasn't this thick. Obviously the spine is a lot thinner. So here's what I've done. I've taken, when I cut this out, right, when you cut a book apart, you have this open part of the spine. So this purple paper here is actually the front page. I lined it again so it would look nice and pretty. But that purple paper comes from the book itself. I'm looking for that sheet without dropping everything on my desk. So if you'll notice, it's the exact same color because it comes from the book. So here's some pages from the book that I didn't use. And here is that piece of paper I cut down. So it was exactly the same size of what was already there. So all I needed to do was cut a little piece to go across this middle here. And then also score it so it would have a place to bend because it's in the spine, right? So I glued that down really good with some score tape or some, double-sided tape. And then I took 2 pages of the book, which I really liked, that had a nice image on this side. And then this one has a poem by Emily Dickinson. And what I used was these snack bags. These are snack bags that I think I got from Dollar Tree. They're like a half size, and I ran it through that sticker maker on one side. And of course, when you run it through, you want to run it through so that, because with these bags, there's like a taller side and a shorter side. You want the taller side to the back, otherwise it will stick closed. But these are those zipper bags that you can get, and I put 2 in here because these are my tea folders. I call them folders. There's 2 in here, which means there's 4 tea bags in this side, and I've used die cuts and some of the Nouveau drops on the covers. I think they'll still come out. No, I put a glue dot behind them so they don't move around inside the book. But there are 4 tea bags in this one, and I've used die cuts and popped them up here. And I just created these folders with some scoring and cutting. Okay, I measured the tea bag itself, and then I scored the paper and folded it so that it would make a little file folder. Not a file folder. What do you call those things? Like you use for school? Paper folder. So it's not just a piece of paper folded in half. It actually has a pocket in it. Yeah, there you go. Folder with pockets. And then this one here is another bag that is stuck down, and of course you can see it's kind of coming up. That's fine. I've got some biscotti in here, and I stamped this sentiment from that stamp set that I showed you. It says, "Tea is instant wisdom, just add water." And that quote comes from Astrid Alauda. That's actually part of the stamp. And I stamped it on some of the Tilda paper scraps that I have from doing all this cutting. So that's just a belly band that I created around the 2 wrapped biscottis that are in here to go with the tea. And then on this side, this is a folder I created. Actually, I created it to be accordion, and then I unfolded it because it was too thick inside the book. This one still comes out because I wanted to show it to you. So you could see once she takes the little folder outside of the book, you can still read the quote. And this one again is an Emily Dickinson poem. I guess I could read it to you. "Hope is a thing with feathers. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches on the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity. It asked a crumb of me. Okay? The reason I picked this particular page out of the book, of the pages that I had, is because it had this like purple watery color image here at the bottom. And so because the inside of the book is purple, that's why I chose this page. The same with the other one. When she takes these out, which, you know, she can do that. I'm not going to do that now. When you take these out, this is also glue dotted in. It's got like a watercolor of a garden in here, and you can see that through the plastic bags. That's the reason why I wanted to use them. So for this, I just scored it again like an M or a W, and I flattened it out so that you can actually put tea bags in it. And there are 4 tea bags in here, and the seam binding really just holds it shut a little bit. It only really works on the left side, but it's fine. It's more decorative. So it says steep, stir, tea time, enjoy. And this is a stamp and die from that set that I just showed you, that paper tray ink set. This is an old retired set, so I don't know if you can find that if you're interested in that. And you can see this is kind of what the folders look like that I created up there. Inside, I've stamped steep, stir, and enjoy. That's from the same stamp set. And then the images of the cups in here. And one of the papers in the Tiny Treasures pad had the teacups at the bottom of the paper pad. So I just basically made a accordion type folder so you could put 4 different teas in there. And this one is, I have not had all of these actually. I'll tell you, I'm still in the tasting part. I've got a long way to go. This is Sense of Wonder, and these are all by the same company, Karel Capek. This tea is sold in Japan and some other Asian countries, but it's not one that is imported to retail stores here in the United States. There are some small Etsy shops that sell it, but for the most part, you're not going to find that in the store, like grocery store at all. I don't think, unless maybe there's an Asian grocery store that keeps it. This is the strawberry tea, and this is the Nuwara Elia. I have no idea what this tastes like, but look at the cat with the crown. Cute. And then this last one is a royal apple tea. So I've had some of the tea, but not these particular ones. The ones I've had are, I've had them iced, and I think I had the tropical Earl Grey and the tropical Earl Grey and the white peach tea so far, out of the new ones that I have purchased. So like I said, when I was sharing the ones that I got, this crafty friend commented about getting some of the teas. I said, let me share some with you. I'll send you a few so you can try them out and see if you like them. So this is some Happy Mail I'm sending out to her. And I thought I'd just put it together in a little crafty way. I'm going to package this up, and the book is going to protect the stuff that's inside. So that's nice that the cover is like a hard cover book. Sorry about the glare, it's the plastic bags. So yeah, you just tie it closed and off it goes. So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. I do have other things I'll be working on. It's kind of funny because I've been working on like 4 or 5 things at the same time. No, that's not true. 2 different things I was working on, and I was going back and forth between this one and the other one, and I just was like, gotta stop so I can finish one and share it, and then I'll be able to send it out because I have some other Happy Mail I'm supposed to send out. It's long overdue. Anyway, that is my tea share for you all, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a long time since I've done something like that. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.